Today's video is going to be geared towards selling your home, and especially for those who have not sold in 20, 30, or even 40 years. You've been in your house a very long time. So much has happened in our real estate industry, and I'm going to go over just a few of the top 3 or 4 that come to mind, and I hope that you find this information beneficial. So the number one thing that I wanted to bring up is the electronic lockbox. These are very popular. Most agents, I would say, use them. They're the access point for a buyer's agent to come into the house to show your home. So the problem I see with this is it's a disservice to sellers. Sellers are hiring a listing agent, paying so much money, and really, I think the listing agent should be there to meet and greet and welcome the buyers and buyer's agent into the house and share with them the features, the benefits, talk about the upgrades, the amenities in the house. No one's going to know the house better than the listing agent, and they should certainly be there. So if you're using a lockbox, that is just not the best path, in my opinion. And that's just my opinion. And that's probably a controversial opinion. A lot of agents are probably not going to be so happy with me sharing my thoughts on this. But truth of the matter is if they're too busy and they have so many listings, then maybe that's not the right agent for you. You really want an agent who is going to pass on this technology and just show up and do the job. The second thing is electronic signatures. This is something that is just very prevalent in our industry. It's just so convenient, right? You're going to DocuSign or send a digital agreement of sale to your seller or client. And I think as a listing agent, it's really best practices to sit down and go over the offer in person with your client, with the seller, with the homeowner, and really kind of go over the pros and the cons and go through each part of the contract and say, you know, what the contingencies are, what their offer is, and just old school, just go over the contract and share the details. With electronic signatures, yes, they're so convenient, and sometimes they're just necessary if it's an out-of-state sale. But really what's happening is you're not able to read through it. It just takes you to all the various areas where you need to sign, and you're not getting an opportunity to read it. So electronic signatures are the second form of technology that's really prevalent in today's real estate transaction when you're selling a house. And a lot of agents use DocuSign, and I've used them too, especially when they've been out-of-state clients. But I think it's just best practices to sit down and go over the information together. The third item that is new on the scene since perhaps the last 20 years or so since you've had a house to sell is staging, and what it means and what it doesn't mean. So staging a property, in my opinion, is very crucial. And staging can be as simple as decluttering and emptying your house of unwanted or unneeded things that would prohibit someone from seeing themselves living in the property. So when you are selling your house, you need to look at your house as a product and take the emotion out. I know that sounds tough, but what you really want to do is merchandise your house or set it up as a model home or as an empty space and emptying out your closets. And I don't know that this is necessarily known. I see a lot of pictures online and go through a lot of homes where the houses are just overflowing with things, and buyers can't really see through that, and they don't feel attached because they look at the pictures on the wall and the things in the house that are the owners, and they're not really feeling that this is a house that they could see themselves in. So the third thing is staging. And I do recommend staging and working with your agent towards learning what that would mean, how that would look like, decluttering and getting your house really looking its best. The last change, and the most significant, I would say, because it's financial in nature, is buyer's agent's fees. So gone are the days where it's just assumed that the seller will pay for the buyer's agent's commission or compensation. So now what you're looking at is you're going to work with your listing agent and you're going to have your agreement with them. And then it really comes down to your net sheet and what your offer of purchase looks like. And maybe your buyer's agent will propose an offer price for the purchase of your home to include a compensation for the buyer's agent and their broker. So that is probably the biggest change that happened this past summer, 2024. And that's the most recent change. And again, the most impactful to a seller. But that's something that you'll want to talk to your listing agent about and learn more of the details, because that's quite a big conversation that you'll want to have. So I hope you found this helpful. I'm Lindy Gelb with TTR Sotheby's International Realty. I work in the Maryland area. And I also work in Washington, D.C., but can help you if you have a friend or family anywhere in the United States or abroad. Sotheby's is international, and I would look forward to helping you or someone in your family. Thank you.